Now that you have looked at the questions, I think we can start walking through the exercises one at a time. So our goal is to take the first set, questions number 1 to 5. So let's start with that, and you can pause the video at any point in time to walk through it. So when we have a question like this, 2 to the power of a equals to 4, it looks like a puzzle. And for us to fix it, we come to the left hand side to be able to solve what is on the right hand side. And they've given us 2 on the left and we have 4. The first thing is we look for the factors of 2, whether it exists on the right hand side. So looking at it, we have 2 in 2 places. That will give us 4. So we can come back here and say 2 to the power of a is equals to 2 times 2. And this is to the power of 1. And we have 2 to the power of a equals to 2 into 1 plus 1. Remember the law, CA times CB is equals to CA plus B. So we apply that rule. And this will become 2 to the power of a and 2 to the power of 2. With that, the base value can cancel out. So we can divide both sides by 2 because of the base value. So divide both sides by 2. And they will cancel out. So we are going to have these two cancel out. Or let me repeat it, 2 to the power of a and 2 to the power of 2. And this will cancel out. And we are going to be left with a equals to 2. When we have that, it is always good to self-check. So if you want to self-check here, we have 2 to the power of a. We don't know. So what is our a? 2 to the power of 2. So 2 times 2 equals to 4. So you can see the advantage of walking through exponential equation. You can self-check your answer before you submit on the exam. And that way you know you are 100% sure that you are accurate with your answer. So let's move on now to number 2. So for number 2, we have 2 to the power of b equals to 32. We are going to use the same approach that we used in number 1 to solving this question. And if you look on the right hand side, we have 32. The number is a bit bigger than 4. How do we maximize the little time we have to solve this? The best bet is to find the factor of 32. That is by saying or asking the question, how many times will 2 go in 32? Or how many times can we multiply 2 to give us 32? So in order to answer that question, we can come here and this will give us 16, and 2 will give us 8, and 2 will give us 4, and 2 will give us 2, and 2 will give us 1. So if you look at it, we have 2 to the power of 5. That will give us 32. So on this side, we have 2 to the power of b, and 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So we have 5. So 2 to the power of b will be equals to 2 to the power of 5. And just like what we did above, we're going to divide both sides, the base value. Divide both sides by 2. And when we do that, see what happens? 2 to the power of b and 2 to the power of 5. And see what happens? We have this cancel out. Therefore, b equals to 5. Again, please try and self-check your answer whether this is correct. So we have 2 to the power of b equals to 5. And 2 to the power of 5 will be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And that will give us 32. So that shows question number 2 is correct. I hope you are getting a hang of it. At this point, if you understand what we are doing, please pause the video and go tackle the questions that you have written down and just come back to self-check. So let's move on now to question number 3. For question number 3, we have 3 to the power of a equals to 81. How do we approach it? The same style. We look at the base value on the left-hand side and use it as a factor by asking either of these questions. How many 3 can we multiply to get 81? Or how many times do I have to multiply 3 and it will give me 81? So with that in mind, we don't want to be guessing. We can just break it down. So we have 3 going in 81. This will be 27. And 3 will go here, this will be 9, and 3 will go here, this will be 3, and 3 will go here, this will be 1. So we have 3 in 4 places. So we have 3a, and is equals to 3 times 3 times 3. So that will give us 81. So 3 to the power of a will be equals to 3 to the power of 4. So with that, what we did previously, we're going to divide both sides by the base number, that is 3. So therefore we have 3a and 3 to the power of 4. See what happens now? So they cancel out and our value a will be equals to 4. And don't forget the rule, please always self-check your work. The purpose of self-checking is to build confidence in what you have done, that it is accurate and you want to see it for yourself. So we have 3 to the power of a equals to what? So we have 3 to the power of 4. 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 3, 27. 27 times 3, that gives us 81. So you can see the puzzle, everything coming into place. Now we move on now to question number 4. So in question number 4, we have 5 to the power of b, and then we have 625. This looks like a big number, but please don't be intimidated by it. Use the same approach. Look at the number you have on the left, that is 5. Ask that 2 questions. How many 5 will I multiply together to give me 625? You won't know until you carry out the operation. So how do we carry out the operation? We can just say 625 and we use 5 to do the tag. So this will be 125 and this will be 25 and this will be 5 and this will be 5. So you can see here we have 5 in 4 places. 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125, times 5 is 625. So we're going to come back here and this will be 5b equals to 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. So 5b is equals to 5 to the power of 4. Now, the same thing we did prior, that's what we are going to do again. Divide both sides by the base value. So divide both sides by 5. So when we do that, we're going to have something that looks like this: 5 to the power of b, 5 to the power of 4. And this base value will cancel out, and we're going to be left with b equals to 4. And that will be our final answer. Please don't forget the rule of thumb: self-check. Self-check. Make this a habit in your math exercises. This is how you build confidence that, hey, what I'm doing is actually correct. See, let me check. So 5 to the power of 4, 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, and that is a 625. Good job. Now let's go to the final one. I'm sure you find this final one very interesting and puzzling. We have 3 to the power of x equals to 1. Ta-da! Now, look at the left-hand side, it is 3. And on the right-hand side, it is 1. What is the base value? This is a very unique situation you can see on the exam where they are going to test you. And what are they testing here? Whether you truly understand the principle of indices. Now, look at the right-hand side equals to 1. We can apply that law of indices that we talked about very briefly at the outset. If you look at number 6, we said in number 6, 6 to the power of 0 equals to 1. That is, or anything that is equals raised to the power of 0 equals 1. So here we can say that, okay, apply this case here. Anything, any number raised to power 0 equals 1. So will you agree with me if I come back here and say 3 to the power of x is equals to 3 to the power of 0? Ta-da! Now you get it. So you can see, very simple. You can just say divide both sides by the base value, which is 3. So we have 3 to the power of x and 3 to the power of 0. So these 3 will cancel out, and we're going to have x equals to 0 in this instance. If you self-check, 3 to the power of x is what? And 3 to the power of 0 is 1, because of that rule number 6 that we talked about. So now you can see that you too can do this, and likely you'll come across this on the exam. They can include it, they can separate it. On GED, this could be the only question for exponential, but on other math tests or math exam, they can blend a lot of things together. So how did you do? Good job. So now that we're done with this one now, in the next video, we're going to be talking about the second set, question number 6 to number 9, where we have the value, and on the right hand side, we have the decimal. How do we approach it? I'll see you in the next video.
If you find values in these math videos, please subscribe to be notified when the latest videos are uploaded every week. Also, check out the links below this video for more comprehensive math video tutorials to help you with your math studies, or in case you are preparing for your math tests, or any of the math exam listed below. Our goal at Practical Math Academy is to make sure you understand all the math topics you will be evaluated on. Also, see you succeed by practicing sufficient math exercises that will boost your confidence when taking any of these math tests or exams. Our promise is to assure you that when you study these math video tutorials and practice along, it will boost your confidence, help you gain a better understanding of the math concepts discussed, and when you see these questions on the test, you are more confident to apply the skills, and you will come out in flying colors. One of the best ways to consistently benefit is when you subscribe to this channel. You will be notified every week when latest videos are posted. There are additional benefits. We also post solved math questions from weekend revision classes, and you do not want to miss these solutions to past math questions. This gives you insight into how some of these math questions are asked, and how best to answer them under the limited time allowed by the math examiner. Links to comprehensive math video courses are listed below. Please check them out and learn more on how you can take your math understanding to the next level. You can also take our math survey to develop a solid foundation in your understanding of math. Thank you very much for stopping by today.